Hello there, everybody. I hope you've all had a wonderful work week. So we have an update, and that's right, an update on the whole Snoop Dogg viral ad from late 2023, and we talked about it right here on this particular program. Fresh off of his Olympic hosting duties, Snoop Dogg has once again teamed up with Solo Stoves to create a new marketing campaign. The new effort is called Blunt Marketing. Blunt, that's right, Blunt Marketing. You get it? You see what they did there? Anyway, is it different? Yeah, it is. It's different. It's very different from the original campaign. And now says the company, we learned our lesson. We're actually focused on the right thing, which is sales. But are they? What can we learn from these bookend campaigns, and how might we construct our marketing experiences based on what we learn from this? You want to know a little more? Well, let's fire up a blunt and, smoke them if you got them. This is a few minutes of what's new in marketing that might help you lead your business's strategy. Let's, roll. Hello, everybody. Robert Rose here with What's New in Marketing. It is about what's new in marketing, but most importantly, it's something important in marketing that we think may help you become a better marketer. And if we can help you or your team with content marketing services, including custom training or consultation or ongoing implementation of your content marketing approach, come on over to contentmarketinginstitute.com, click on that link, fill out this form, and let's talk about it, shall we? So back in January of this year, I covered a marketing campaign that by all accounts seemed to be very successful, but it also simultaneously managed to get a CEO relieved of his duties. Now, I opened that piece with a quote from my good friend Michael Brenner, who once said, quote, "Behind every piece of bad content is an executive who asked for it." And of course, we also have to admit when the reverse is also true. Behind every piece of good content, there is an executive who probably asked for it. And well, it seems like the executives asked for the right piece of content this time around. I mean, it seems that they feel better about it anyway. So to bring you up to speed, late last year, Solo Stoves launched an influencer campaign with Snoop Dogg. It started with a tweet from Snoop that said, "After much consideration and conversation with my family, I've decided to give up smoke. Please respect my privacy at this time." What? The collective world wondered aghast. They said, wait a minute. Snoop is giving up his blunts, his smokes, his marijuana? Well, that was followed by a viral brand awareness campaign for the new smokeless stove. In the follow-up video, Snoop is hosting and he says he's tired of coughing and his clothes smelling bad. And as the camera pans wider, it reveals he's sitting in front of a smokeless Solo stove. Get it? Cool, right? Anyway, what an incredible influencer and brand awareness campaign. It amassed 30 million likes, comments, shares on social media. Ad Age called it the 18th best ad of 2023. What could possibly go wrong? Well, the brand issued a press release and then it let their CEO go and indicated in that press release that one of the reasons for his dismissal was this campaign and the fact that it wasn't focused on sales or increased revenue. My take at the time when I did the original story was that the company is saying with a straight face that a brand awareness campaign started in November of 23 failed because it didn't provide revenue lift within 6, yes, count them, 6 weeks. Just let that sit there for a second. 6 weeks. I mean, they probably hadn't even paid the agency's bill yet. Well, now cut to August 2024, 8 months later, the Martin Agency, assumably they got their bill paid, has been asked to relaunch the Snoop campaign. And they're taking a much different take. So arguably pulling a page from the Ryan Reynolds brand of marketing creativity, the new Snoop spot focuses directly on being a straight-up ad. I mean, the entire idea of blunt marketing, which is what they call the campaign, is to quite literally tell the audience that they're watching an ad. Snoop quite literally says, "This is an ad for Solo Stoves. You should purchase one." The reason he's doing this is because he's an influencer and has influence over you. Get it? It's blunt marketing. It's a very funny spot, I have to be honest. And will it go viral? Well, it probably won't go viral like the last one because it's a different focus. Almost certainly not. Will it make Ad Age's top spot list? That probably remains to be seen. Will it help move product? Well, that's obviously the most important thing, apparently, and maybe it will. Interestingly, Solo Stoves is now saying via an article in Ad Age that, well, we actually misspoke in our press release last year. We actually did see a sales lift from the viral Snoop ad, but they said maybe it wasn't as intentional as it could have been. Now that's interesting. So what can we learn from this? We mortal marketers, what can we learn from this tale? Well, my original take from January was that they had a brilliant concept and an amazing differentiating story told by an exceptional influencer and connected it to exactly 0 parts of the customer's journey. All the links from their beautifully designed viral campaign in November, well, it all went to their boring e-commerce storefront. No brand, no Snoop, just e-commerce. Buy a stove. Greatly functional if you do want to buy a stove, and awful if you're trying to understand why you might want to buy a stove, or if really Snoop has any influence over it at all. In that piece, I also lamented the fact that there was no continuation to their website and content of Snoop's appearance, his presence, a connected experience, nothing. Just boom, video, boom, e-commerce. And now things are different. Now, of course, they didn't listen to me. Of course, that was just good sense from the beginning, but they now have seemingly done it all. So this time, if you go look at the video on YouTube or really any of the platforms, the call to action is to go to a very specifically designed part of their website that pulls the creative, the tone, and all of it together for sales, even to the fact that they have the Snoop Edition fire pit. And wait for it, the best part, the first thing that comes up when you hit that page, you're able to sign up for more information via email, building an audience. As I said back in January, today's best practices are that once we marketers get the attention of someone, be it an ad, a social media post, a video, and they go to watch it, we have to ask ourselves, what's the best next? Now, I don't mean the next best because that implies next best is not quite as good as what you were before, but rather, what's the best next experience that you want a person to have, and then connect it. Connect that to your audience. Connect that to your campaigns. You now have an audience in the theater. Now hold them there with the best next experience. Solo Stove has definitely addressed that with this new campaign. Hindsight being 2020, it would have been amazing to connect the innovative viral awareness campaign from Snoop directly to a best next stay tuned for the next episode of blunt marketing kind of campaign like this one. But they didn't. And overall, let me be blunt, Solo Stove seems to finally be on fire with their marketing. And that's a few minutes of what's new in marketing. Remember, it's your story to tell. Be blunt and tell it well. I'll see you next week.